everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 35 of Direwolf20's Let's Play Create Above and Beyond series, where today I've clearly got some fun stuffs going on. I set up a little bit of a crushing wheel, as you can see. I decided to go crushing wheel. Remember last episode I said, what am I going to do? Am I going to go crushing wheel or not? The answer was yes, crushing wheel, and that's, you know, where we're at right now. So let's get our oak drawer that's going to hold bunch of stuff here. So if I do this and we do that, that should be cool, right? Yeah, buddy. That is cool. Nice. All right, sweet. That works for me. Now we're totally going to have like a basin and stuff in here, which I'm totally not ready for. And we're also going to want to probably route these guys a little bit differently. Thank you. Probably run these guys straight up here so that you're good to go. But that should work. Now remember, the belts and the chutes will backstuff themselves, so we shouldn't have a problem with that. And it is time for me to sleep, so I'm going to go do that. And we'll be right back. All right, so just did a little bit of off-camera work. And here's the gist, right? So I set up this thing. And he's doing his basalt's powder, and he's stamping it into earth charges. Easy peasy, right? Yeah. So that checks off a few boxes for us, right? So quest complete, earth charge. Yay! That means that we have finished this line of stuff, right? The other thing that I did that I want to point out to you guys, because I feel like it actually makes a very significant difference. Check this out. I threw a high speed increase module in here. So notice how fast, I was playing with the speed increase modules, right? Notice how long it's taking without the speed module for us to make an earth crystal. You ready? So like, there's actually a speed module in that one, but look how long it takes for it to transverse the pipe and to get into there. Now I'm going to put a tier 3 speed module in, okay? And then this time around, it's going to do it a lot faster. See how much faster it's going? So just by adding that one speed module, we've probably tripled or quadrupled the rate at which we're producing this basalts. So I'm going to call that something I want to stick with. Cool. In addition to that, I want to start looking at power, because we are going to need power at some point, probably sooner than later. And let me tell you why. Because our next step is going to be the sand line. And I should be able to do all of this in today's episode, I'm pretty sure. So step 1, making sand. All I'm going to do is route the sand like I just set up this pipeline for. So we're going to route the sand probably right down-ish to here. And the sand needs to go into... I have a bunch of junk here. A fluid encapsulator. Yes. Hello, sand. So I'm going to set up a medium retrieval pipe. And you're going to be sand. So come give me a piece over here. Because if you note, we have, you know, more than enough sand going on, right? So I should have no problem just reusing the sand, and that should be fine. Okay? So you're going to retrieve sand, and I'm pretty sure you retrieve 16 pieces at a time. Actually, we may not even need to put the retrieval module in there. Oh, are you connected to gunpowder too? Yeah, we're not going to want that. We're not going to want that. Hopefully the retriever module will let this behave itself, but we'll see if this becomes a problem. What I might need to do for this to actually work with the retriever module is put more pipes here on the side, but we'll see. We'll see if the retriever module can pull from an extractor module. I guess that's a really big question that I don't know the answer to. I just saw some sand leaving this section, so we'll see what happens. And hopefully he doesn't overpull, but whatever. It'll be fine. But the sand needs to go into this guy to make water. Now, we can bulk wash sandstone into sand balls, but we only have a 12% chance of that working. Alternatively, we can take regular sand, fluid encapsulate it, and we have a 100% chance of that working. Now, I'm assuming it's going to use up some of the water, so I went ahead and made myself an aqueous accumulator here. And we're probably going to want to figure out how that's going to behave itself. Did you rebound? Is that what you did, Sand? You might have rebounded. All right, so let's do this then. If I just do this, he should now be allowed to pull, and that should be cool. And I don't know what rate he will pull at, but if he oversends, then I'm just gonna have to throw a filter in there to prevent him from oversending. Dealio? I think that works. So we'll see if he winds up, you know, oversending items. I'm hoping the tier 2 retriever that I threw in there won't have oversending be a problem, but guess we'll find out. Now for water, so there's a few things we're going to want to have handled here. I might want to throw that augment in there. Yeah, why don't I go do that? Let me go throw the augment in there. Let me go make one of those real quick. See, yeah, no, he didn't oversend. Nice, cool. So he's just pulling sand and we're good now. Now I'm going to go on the assumption, you know what, I really want to make sure that this is cool. So maybe I want to put the water underneath and on the sides of this guy. That could work. Because I'm going to have energy coming in from somewhere. And we want to make sure that that is done in an intelligible way. So if the water came in from underneath, that would be good. And I'm cool with that. So let's go ahead and put you in here so that you can auto pull from the bottom, and he should start filling up with water. Nice. And then if I just have it in this mode, I think it still allows it to connect, right? And I think we'll be good. Cool. Now he just needs a little bit of power, so that'll probably come in from the back, I'm thinking. So I made myself some flux ducts, and my thought process here was, let's clear out a little bit of an underground area for a moment. Okay. And my deal with this is we're going to want to have power flowing over to here. Right? Now, because we have, you know, item pipes underground, we're going to probably need to have the flux be on the side, but that's okay. It's either, you know, flux on the side or item on the side. So it really, at the end of the day, doesn't all that much matter. So I want to have, like, enough spacing here that we're good. So here's my thoughts. You ready? What if I had a tank here, okay, and underneath that, we could have our infinite lava, okay, and you're configured for bottom to be input, which means you're filling up with lava, and then your sides will all be output, right? So he inputs from the bottom, he outputs to all, technically 5 sides. Now I'm going to start with 2 magmatic engines, each with a single hardened upgrade, because that's what we happen to have. Okay, and then we have room for a little bit more. Does that look cool? I think that looks cool. And then now you should be getting sandballs. Sweet. Quest complete. All right, so that's step 1 of the sandballing process, right? And then we'll just cover all this up. And not only does that handle the sandballs, but also keeps our energetic infuser powered at all times, which should be super awesome. Nice. Okay, cool. We are getting some oversending, though, and that's going to be a problem, so I'm going to go make that thing that will prevent oversending from happening. So stack limiter module will go in there, and let's just say 32 for now. And if we want to make it 64, it won't matter, right? So I take that stack of sand out. I'm going to go just stick it right in the drawer. And he should only wind up sending, you know, whatever amount we designate. And, you know, spillage might happen right now on account of there not being a void upgrade in here, but I want to keep that void upgrade out of there, so I think we're in good shape. Cool. All right, so balls of sand are now complete and fully automated, right? Super simple. Step 2 is going to be draining it. And an item drain. So sand chunks come from item draining balls of sand, and we're going to get fine sand out of this, and this fine sand is used later in the process. We'll note that after we get crystalline sand, which is an induction smelter with earth charges, we're going to need to combine that in a compactor with 500 millibuckets of fine sand. So it's 1 purified sand and 500 millibuckets of fine sand. Okay. We get 1 sand chunk and 500 millibuckets, and 1 sand chunk turns into 1 purified sand. So if you note, and this is very generous of the pack maker, we don't have more or less of either resource than we need. So that's cool. Now here's my first question, is what happens if I put an item drain right here, and I set you to auto output? I have not tested this yet. Sweet. That's cool. I like that. Okay. Okay. We have a thing going on here. Okay. So we can do something with this, right? We can do something with this. And look, it backstuffs when we fill up with fine sand, which I definitely do want. Now, what happens if I do something like this with a belt? Okay. Now we're gonna have to figure out a way to get, you know, belts to happen. But I'm sure I can come up with something. I could probably run something underground from here and just, you know, conveyor it over to this guy. And hopefully you're spinning the right way. If you're not, because you're not, what I'm going to do is replace you with a gearbox. And now you're spinning the right way. Cool. So quick question, if I got a bucket of this stuff. Where'd you go? I'm just going to break it. And that's fine with me. Boy, balls of sand don't stack. Today I learned balls of sand do not stack. Okay. But if I put you back here. Cool. That works for me. I'm down with that. Very down with that, actually. But these things do stack, which is nice. All right, so I've got 3 of them and 3 of them. I'm going to go void the excess that I have in my inventory at the moment because there's just too much junk for me to be hanging on to at this exact minute. Trash. All right, so that's pretty cool. Now, these guys want to go. I'm going to say that they're automated, right? Are we cool here? Yes. I recognize that you exist. You are good. Crystalline sand goes directly into induction smelter. So here's my question. Can I put you here with... Will you do that? If I give you you're allowed to accept from the back kind of setup? Should we test that real quick? I'm going to go make another one of those things. So if I configured you and set the back to be blue and told you to auto-import, would you be able to... Oh, you can! Excellent! That's what I was hoping. So we have to set it to auto-import, because remember, this is basically an inventory. So this is like a chest. It has contents. So by setting this to import on the back, it's pulling from the chest on the back. So it doesn't look like the belts will push into the induction smelter, but the induction smelter can pull off the belts, which works for me. Now we just have to connect it to power and get the other dudes over there, right? So that should be cool. There's power around here somewhere. There it is. Found it. Cool. And remember, we have plenty of more room for more engines and power generation as we need. We could easily fit 2 more magmatics down there, and then if we need even more power, we can give it higher tier upgrades. And here's what I'm going to change up. You ready for this little change up in plan? I'm going to set you to extract earth charges and go directly into here. I don't see a need to keep the earth charge ore. Am I wrong about this? You know, I'm going to stick it up here, but I really don't see a need for this to exist. Because if we look at it, the only thing earth charges are used for in this entire pack is making purified sand. So I see no need to maintain this guy. Okay, so let's do that. And then we've got our purified sand set up. Nice. So that's pretty slick. I think that's cool. Now you're going to make 3 purified sand. And remember, we need 1,500 millibuckets with the 3 purified sand, but we need coke chunks next. So let's put coke chunks to the left of this, and then these 3 things will come together probably somewhere in the middle. Okay? So coke chunks will be next. So I'm going to say that crystalline sand is now complete. Even though I don't want to take it out of the inventory right now, because then I won't have anywhere to put it. So we'll do something with that in a minute to get it marked complete. But next step would be wood delivery. So we want to turn wood into charcoal, which we already have automated, right? We already have automated wood and charcoal. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use ender chests to route the charcoal from our charcoal farm into that location and then pick up from the charcoal process right from there. So in order to do that, I'm going to need to make 2 ender chests. Okay. Which means I'm going to need 2 Enderium machines. Not a big deal. I can totally make that happen. In fact, how am I for Enderium at the moment? I've got 3? Is that really all I have? I thought I had more Enderium than that. I have enough silver, though. Let me get the 5 silver that I need. And then we're going to need 20 Ender Dust, which I thought I had more of. Yeah, there we go. And then that'll be cool. And we should be good with this. So I'm going to make all the stuff I need here again off camera, and we'll be right back. All right, ender chests, boom, boom, complete, nice. All right, now in addition to that, I should probably color this in some interesting way to indicate that it's charcoal. Do we have some squid ink still? That would be kind of cool. So let's color these chests. I'm assuming they work in the same manner as, you know, ender chests have always worked. Match the colors equals match the inventories. Not a big deal. We're going to want to set up probably either a retriever module or something like that, but we're also going to want the filter stack amount so that we don't, you know, fill them up completely. Because I don't need, you know, 30 stacks in there, right? I need, you know, 1 stack. Should be enough. So let's do that. As a matter of fact, I may not even need this filter module, because I could share the inventory that everything is already outputting to, which is here. If I just put you here, you've already got a filter slot that does 8, I want to say. Let's make it 32. That should be fine. So you're going to have 32 charcoal in here, 32 charcoal in here, and then 32 charcoal in here. And that should be cool. All right, so charcoal automated, check. Check. Questions? I hope not. That is fully automated. Creosote is created as a byproduct and can be used as an additional fuel source. Okay, good. So the next step is making coke in a pyrolyzer, which I have to go make. We turn coal or charcoal. Charcoal looks better because it makes coke without tar, and I like that. And then we get creosote oil, which we can use to make buckets of creosote oil. Or it can be used as a fuel source, apparently. I guess. I'm going to probably void that. So what I'm going to get is another one of those void doohickeys, and we're going to configure it to void the liquid. Deal? Deal. All right, so pyrolyzers need signalum gears, which I've just made some of. Pretty sure I've made this on camera before, but no big deal. So that would be, we need a couple of you, and then I also need a blaze rod, 2 nether bricks, and a redstone flux coil. Getting low on redstone, but I just processed a bunch of it, so I'm not too worried. We should be fine. All right, is that everything? Oh, and the Invar machine, which I think I still have some of somewhere, maybe? Did I use them all? I might have used them all. I did just make a bunch of stuff. I made that induction smelter, I made that fluid encapsulator, yada, yada, yada. All right, that's 8 of those bad boys. And then we need one of these, and we're good to go with the pyrolyzer. Nice. Mission accomplished. All right, what else? I think that's really kind of it. We're going to need this process, but we'll figure that out if we get the pyrolyzer hooked up. Deal? That's right. I also wanted the void thingy from thermal. What's it called again? Zinc machine plus bucket of lava equals nullifier. Yoink. Sweet. So this should be, in my opinion, an exceedingly simple process, right? All we realistically need to do is run power to this bad boy. Give him this thing. We can throw the chest behind. We can say on the back, auto import charcoal. Cool. And then we're going to want to only export the fluid. And I'd like to do it without having to do the fluid pipe thing. So what if I put the nullifier here? We put some cobblestone in like that. And then we told you to auto output to the left. Does that seem like a reasonable assessment? And hopefully what'll happen is the next time this crafting is complete, it will leave the coal coke in the inventory, but export the creosote oil. Is that... maybe? Yes? No, because these slots only count for voiding fluids, not items. Right. Maybe you can accept an item filter? So what if we threw an item filter into here? And you deny list coal coke? Okay. So now you're not allowed to accept coal coke. Seems reasonable enough. Auto output. And remember, it auto pushes when the craft completes. So look, it didn't dump the coal coke. That's cool. That's cool. Now, you think coal coke would be something nice to hang on to? Because I could throw a drawer of that. I mean, it smelled 16 items. It's kind of nice. But aside from that, it doesn't do a whole lot. Okay? But what we need to now make is coal chunks. Okay? So that's going to require a water spout dripping water plus a cut with saw process. So there's two ways we could do this. We could have a spout saw, or we could have a spout saw and then route the item back and have it repeat. I'm thinking we should do the first one, though. 2 spouts and 2 saws. Feel like that would be cool. If this was like an 8x repeat or something like the Invar one, we might have a different conversation to have. But I think with it, you know, I think this is the way to be. Yeah. I just have to figure out how saws work with belts. I mean, I'm sure it's doable. I just need to figure it out, right? It shouldn't be too bad, though. Isn't there something in here about belts? I think. Yeah. That's what we're going to need to do. So we're going to have like a spout here and a spout here, and then we'll have an inline belt process. I like that. Okay, that's pretty much what we're going to build next. All right, I'm just making a full 8 of these because we've been needing them. And then hoppers, let's see. There we go. 1, 2. Spouts. Nice. Okay, cool. You know what? While I'm here, I know that I'm low on belts. I should make a few more belts. How many belts does a stack of this rubber make? Remember how long? It feels like so long ago that I set up that rubber farm. Still not full, by the way. I could probably speed it up if I needed to. Well, no, that's not necessarily true. Well, it's a little bit true, but not really true. But, I mean, it's running fast enough, so I'm good. I'm good. All right, cool. So this should be everything I need. Spouts and that and that and that. Let's see how it works out, shall we? If I need something else, I'll just have to come back and get it. So here's my thoughts, right? Follow me on this line of reasoning. But what we could have is something like this. We have this and this with the spout above it. Okay. Full of water, obviously. And then the same exact thing here with the spout above it. full of water, obviously. And then we have the saws, like that and that. Cool? So that our Coke goes and gets water dropped on it and then sawed, and then water dropped on it and then sawed, and then Bob's your uncle, right? So we're going to have to spin these dudes. And we're also going to need some kind of... Now, we do have a fluid doohickey over here already. So I'm wondering if I can, like, beg, borrow, and steal from Mr. Aqueous Accumulator to fill those bad boys up. Would that be horrible? I'm assuming not, right? Something like this. Now, we're also going to want to have the gears as designated. Either here or there. It doesn't super matter. Or I could just do something like this. Like this. But we're also going to want this guy to be spinning. So let's just do that. Is that cool? And it looks cool to me. There's no reason we can't do this, right? I think that's pretty nifty. I mean, that's my opinion. And mine's the only one that counts, right? So let's get 3 pumps here. And you guys can... do this. And somehow we make that spin. I'm sure we can come up with a way to make these guys spin. It's inconvenient because, like, yeah, we'll have to come up with something because we want them. And what we could probably do... I have an idea. What if we did something like this? Yeah? Does that work? I think that could work. Yeah, that looks pretty spiffy to me. And then we just clear out the thing with the stuffs. So we just run a pipe like so. And then if we gave you the old wrenching treatment, what we should see is water flowing up there pretty quickly. There it goes. Nice. Now we just need to yoink that guy to be that all 3 are facing the same direction, right? And that's, you know, pretty ideal for us. And then this dude's going to fill up. And then this dude's going to fill up. Now, the next trick will be to store our Coke chunks, right? Now, should I have that go into a drawer? Or how do we think we should do that? So our Coke chunks need to go and get merged into a basin. So how about we just go make a basin? And we'll let that back stuff itself. I don't know if we need the Coke chunks for anything else. We don't. We don't. So if I don't need it for anything else, I'll just have it go directly into a basin and call that a day. Right? Yoink and yoink. And that should be cool. Hopefully you will output directly into the basin. You ready? Let's see if this works. Drop a Coke chunk in there. He's going to get dripped. He's going to get sawed. That's unfortunate that he runs backwards like that. Maybe I have to rotate you. Are you... He's even spinning that way. Right? Am I crazy here? Do I need to, like, invert this thingy? Because that would be super annoying if I did. See, the filter keeps wanting to face that direction. Is there a way to get this so that... Well, that's not right. The filters face in that direction. The filters face in the same direction. Is that based on how the gears are being turned? What the output is? Because that's a little annoying if that's true. It's a little annoying if that's true. Because what it means I'm going to have to do is have like a big long line of gears, which I was trying to avoid. That's why I did the whole belt thing. Where did the little Coke dudes go? That's a good question. Not sure. Let me play with this, I guess, for a minute. Yeah, see, he's going backwards. I'm guessing that has something to do with something. All right, so here, maybe I could do this. You ready? Yeah, so that's reversing. So if I removed you and you, and we just had the belt go here to here, would you be cool? Yes, look, he's going the right direction now. Okay, cool. All right, so then we can do this. That works, right? So check it out. We're going to get... I'm going to have you... Oh, you can't output the front? You're killing me, Smalls. So I want you to input on the right and output on the left, auto output. And hopefully he'll only accept one item at a time. He might accept multiples, and that might be a problem, but I guess we'll find out, right? Yeah, he totally output like an entire stack, but that's okay. It's processing the right way. That works for me. I think that's cool, right? I think that's cool. I'm okay with this. And then you will eventually back stuff, right? I think when he gets to around 8-ish Coke chunks in here is when he'll stop accepting more, and I just want to make sure everything back stuffs correctly. Okay, 8 is not the number, by the way. 8 is not the number, by the way. Just in case anybody was curious. Though this is about to back stuff, which I'm a little excited about. That's kind of cool. Oh, and by the way, we also have to route piping from here. Oh, I did not want that, by the way. I did not want this. Trash. But this guy needs to have pipes routing too, which is going to be super interesting for me to do. I bet I could do... Yeah, I have an idea. I need more fluid pipes, though. All right, so we're also going to need some pipes here. And let's go with the assumption that we can do something like this. Eh? That ain't terrible. That ain't terrible. And then I just need to route you under here. Right? So I could do something like this, but I want to make sure that you are not connected. Oh, what in the what? Oh, I think he did not appreciate the miscommunication there. All right, so if I just is there no way to prevent you guys from connecting? All right, I've got a solution. There is a way. There's got to be a way. I will figure it out. That seems pretty viable-ish. Alright, what if we did this? Okay, and we cleared out this. And we instead had something like this. Cool. I think that works. Then we have something like this. And then we can reconnect that. And now you're allowed to have water again, and you're going to have that bit again. And then you're going to go this way. Cool. I like this. This should work. Okay. And then we run this line. Roughly speaking, to here. Now, technically, I feel like I could squeeze this a little bit closer. I probably could. And this would just look a little bit better, in my opinion. With a small gear like that, and then you guys rotated. And that should be cool. And if I'm not mistaken, we'll see some sand coming through there in just a minute. Yeah? So that's facing that way, that way, that way. You guys get sand. And everybody's a winner. Or not. No? That should work. What am I missing? Is it too far? Might be too far? What's the deal with pipes? Powered by mechanical pumps. Transport fluid. No fluid being extracted at first. Eventually it'll do it. Gradually transfer their contents. Isn't there like a part where it tells me the max range or something? 16 blocks away might be the problem. So I can probably fix this. So I'm just going to stick a mechanical pump down here. And we might want, you know, more of those, but we'll figure that out in a sec. Is there an easy way for me to translate that angular awesomeness or what? Ish. What I could probably do. This looks pretty safe. And I'm just putting more pipes here and more pumps on simply because I want... Are you connecting? You shouldn't be connecting. Oh, you did. Hold on. Nobody panic. Yeah, you're gonna be a nuisance, aren't you? Do you have to go up there? You really don't. So you know what I can do? That should be cool. So that's going that direction, that's going that direction, that's going that direction, and now you should be groovy. Now you should be groovy. Cool? It's working! It's got fine sand, it's got coke chunks, and then the last thing we're going to need to do is figure out how to route purified sand over there, which is probably going to be a little bit of a mess. I'm not going to lie. This is getting just a bit dire-wiry. But it's mostly okay-ish. What if we did this? I'm gonna do something a little bit... Oh, no, don't do that. Today I learned that's an actual liquid that can go into the world. I have an idea, and it might be crazy. What if we inserted the liquid into the bottom? Okay. I'm hoping that you're going to behave yourself and actually be able to go. Like, I didn't... Yeah, perfect. Now, what if I put a hopper here? And instead of this... I want a belt here, but having a thing here is not going to be ideal. I won't be able to put a thing here. But technically, I could output to the left here, and it would go onto this belt line. So can I feed this belt line into here somehow without, you know, a big old problem? That's a big old good question. Got to be a way to do that, right? Got to be a way to do that. If I had a belt here... No, that wouldn't work because I would have to put it here, and we need to something on top of that. That's going to be a compactor, which I have to make, by the way. How can I get from this belt line into this basin? So I've got an idea. If we did... Let's connect this back up so everything's running again. If we did a drawer, or a chest, or what have you. Do I have drawers in here? I do. We could do like a downgrade if we needed. Though it shouldn't matter. I think we just need a buffer chest. Right? And then what I'll do is I'll put this here. But I don't want you guys to actually connect anything, so let me get my pipe wrench off and off. And we're just going to have like a buffer chest sit here. Okay? And then you guys can route. And I'm just going to disconnect you and disconnect you. And you're a retriever module. So what if I set you to output to the left automatically? Right? What should happen is these things should go into here. Oh, I need the thing. Okay. And then give me one of these. I'm going to say you can retriever module. Not sand, but purified sand. And now we've got this in here ready to be mixed. How cool is that? And we could put a limiter on there to say, like, you know, 8-ish, let's say. I like that. All right, wrapping up point for the episode. Darwell20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We've made significant progress today, I would say. Significant progress. We will come back next episode and make further significant progress. With the plans being that you guys are going to mess up all my automations, I bet, aren't you? Something's going to happen, and one of your items is going to fall on this belt, and then I'm going to be very upset with you all. I think we somehow survived. Alright, so yeah, definitely got to wrap up. So Darryl 20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We'll come back next time. For now, you're going to get a stack limiter of 8. Okay? And that should be cool. And now we've got this automated. So what's the stick up in the line here? I think we're full on this. Once we start processing this, this whole line should kick into gear. I'll make the stamper next episode, or between episodes. We'll come back next time to work on... Effectively, this is done now. This is technically complete. I just haven't created the stamper. That's it. Right? So this whole line is good. Right? You're cool. I could complete this with one of these real quick. Okay. Oh, that's wrong. There we go. But you guys can go back in. Actually, I can put all of you in. And you can just be voided, because who cares? Right? Alright, so wrapping up point, Darryl 20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed it. Take it easy.